Hello and welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I am your host, BitBoy. We make videos on this channel every single day. We'd love for you to be part of our community. We call it the Bit Squad, and we're cooler than the other communities, so come on over. Keep in mind that I'm not a financial advisor, and anything I say on this video is just my personal opinion. And if you want $500 worth of Bitcoin, you have the opportunity to do that. Like this video, comment on this video. You got to be a subscriber to win. We're having a contest. You can get the full description of the contest down below. Okay, so today we are going to bring you another episode of your favorite show, and mine also, Hodl, Trade, or Dump. This is the game we play where I pick 3 coins that are similarly related, and I tell you which one that I would hodl, which means it would be a long-term investment, which one I would trade, which means it does have potential, but maybe if it goes up, you want to get out of it. Basically, just not as long-term of an outlook. And then also we have Dump, which is pretty obvious. I would go ahead and get rid of it now. Now, it's important to note that when I'm doing these videos, that these are hard decisions. Just because I'm dumping something doesn't mean that I think it's a bad project. Basically, all I'm telling you is the order in which I would rank certain coins in certain areas and which ones I like the most. Not saying that any of them are bad projects. Like today, the 3 we're going to look at, they're all pretty good. I like all 3 of them. They all have pros and cons. So today we're going to be looking at privacy coins. So we're going to be looking at Monero versus Dash versus Enigma. Now, these are all 3 pretty popular projects. Enigma is down much lower in the market cap than the other 2. The other 2 have consistently been top 20 projects, but I do think that each one of these has pros and cons of them. So let's jump into it, and let's start with which one I would hodl. So for my hodl pick today, I am going to choose Dash. I really love Dash. Why would I choose Dash as the best privacy coin? Well, first and foremost, Dash is more than just a privacy coin. Really, only one aspect of Dash has a private send feature that will basically turn a regular digital cash transaction into a private contract, or a private transaction, to where no one can see where the sender is coming from. And in my mind, I think that gives Dash a huge advantage because that's just one aspect. So, and this is going to be very heavily related to today's discussion, is going to be that governments are coming for these privacy coins. They want to shut them down for obvious reasons. They can't track them, and they can't track the gains. They can't track the trades. And so for that reason, they are trying to shut these privacy coins down. So when you're looking at one that you want to hodl, you want to choose one that is going to have long-term perspective. And for me, Dash has the best potential out of all 3 of these projects because it's able to do so much more than just be a privacy coin. It's really kind of like Bitcoin 2.0 with a private send feature. And I think, and I've been on note as saying, I believe that Dash is the second best store of value coin out there, not just privacy coin. I believe Dash it will never pass Bitcoin, in my opinion. But, of course, if you're in the community, you may feel that it will. I just think that Bitcoin is basically grandfathered into cryptocurrency, and nothing is going to be able to surpass it. But I do believe that Dash is better than Litecoin and some other store of value coins. So I rank it very high on this list, and I would hodl it. So which one would I trade? Well, this one's a little tricky because I'm going to choose Enigma. Now, the reason why I say I would trade it is because the prospects of Enigma long-term are actually really good, but since it is not, I don't believe it has the same kind of potential that Dash has, I have to put it in the trade slot. So Enigma is doing something called secret contracts. They're smart contracts, but they're private. Now, why do I really like this idea? I've been on notice saying that, you know, when it comes to the world of blockchain and what is going to be happening in the future, with everything being immutable and unchangeable on the blockchain, we really need a way to make certain information private on blockchains. And that is what Enigma is trying to do with these secret contracts. So, like I said, they're like smart contracts, but private. So it's a really cool feature that they have, something that they're working on. And it's something also that I believe is kind of bigger than just their individual project. I do think secret contracts in the future could become a standard for different blockchains. So for that reason, I would trade it, but I also do really like Enigma. I like Enigma also long-term, but like I said, just not as much as Dash. Okay, so obviously I've talked about Dash. I've talked about Enigma. What about Manero? I would choose to dump Manero. Why? The reason why I would choose to dump Monero is not because it's not the best privacy coin. I actually believe the interesting thing here is that Monero is the best privacy coin in terms of actually keeping information private so that no one knows who's sending, who's receiving, and what is being purchased. I think it does a fantastic job at that, so I'm certainly not dogging on Monero, but my statement on why I would dump it is really based on what we've already talked about, which is the fact that the shift in the thinking of privacy coins is really going against Monero because governments are going to come for that one hard, fast, and furiously. And we've already seen in Japan has already done a privacy coin ban. We might see the same thing in other countries. And where you have something like Enigma that is trying to basically solve a problem on the blockchain. So it's doing more than just being a privacy coin. And then we have Dash, which has an option for private send, but that's not what the entire project is based around. That leaves Monero kind of out in the cold that's all that it does, in my opinion. Maybe you have a different opinion. And if you do, drop me a comment below. And I'm not saying that I don't think the price of Monero will go up. I think it will. However, I just feel like the long-term prospects for Monero are not as great as the other two because of the government pressure. Now, there always will be, in my opinion, a market out there for people that want to make nefarious purchases. They want to buy things on the black market they shouldn't buy. And so for that reason, I think Monero has a good chance to exist and thrive inside of that community, and there will always be people trying to do that. But in terms of the greater adoption of the larger amount of people that aren't as concerned about privacy, they are concerned about it, but they're not willing to use something that the government might come after, even though, of course, we understand because it's private, that would be a very difficult process. I think your average person would probably not want to use Monero if they know that the governments would hold them liable if they held it or something like that. So that's it today, guys. Those are my 3 picks. I'm going to Hodl, Dash, I'm going to trade Enigma, and I'm going to dump Manero. But like I said, they're all 3 good projects, all doing good things. Manero has good developers behind it in a strong community. But those are my picks. So you guys let me know what you think. Let me know which coins you want to see on this series in the future. You can put those down below in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you like Monero, you may not want to smash it. I understand. Please, no hate from the community. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying just about the government pressure from that perspective. Not a good project. So everybody, make sure that you are a subscriber so you can enter our contest. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. Until next time, BitBoy out.